Hello there YouTube, it's your boy B3, back with another kicking comic book review. Today we are looking at an indie kaiju comic. Yes, it is Nosferadon #1, illustrated by Brendan Purchase and written by Matt McClintock. It is from TITANIC Creations, LLC. You probably know them from their Gorgo figure, which I have reviewed on this channel, as well as Titanicus. I reviewed their original Titanicus, and I believe I have probably reviewed their Nosferadon figure as well. And this comic comes with the Nosferadon figure, the kind of 1/12 scale-ish one. Well, maybe not 1/12 scale. 6-inch, let's say that. That makes a bit more sense. Yes, it's a neat little book. It just comes with the figure to kind of tell you what Nosferadon is. And also they have a graphic novel called Soul War, which I did purchase alongside the Nosferadon figure. I've always wanted the Nosferadon, but I finally pulled the trigger on it because I wanted to read Soul War, and I wanted to read Nosferadon #1 before that. There's also Titanicus #0 that comes with the Titanicus figure, but it's like a miniature-sized comic. And Nosferadon is a full-sized comic that I can put on a full-sized modern bag and board, which is really great. The cover art, which you're looking at now, is it's like okay. It could be better. It's really nothing super fancy. There's a lot of unused space between Nosferadon and like the ground, and most of Nosferadon's body is like hidden on this cover. It's not the best cover, at least for an issue 1. But, you know, if you ever want one of the creators to sign it, there's at least a nice blank space where they can sign it. The art on the inside is fine. It's actually good for some indie comic art. Sometimes the human faces don't fully express what I feel like they're supposed to express in the moment, but they look better the closer you are up on them, to be honest. But I mean, the backgrounds are okay. They're fine. Once again, this is an indie comic that just comes with an action figure. So I'm not going to judge it like a corporate comic that goes up on stands every Wednesday. You know? I'm not gonna. But it's about this boy named Wolf and 2 boys that I guess are his friends. You know? I think they're, what were they, Luke and Abram? It takes place in 1930 Germany, up in these mountains. And all their dialogue is translated from German. You know how in comics they'll sometimes have the little asterisks in a speech bubble, and then at the bottom of the panel it'll say translated from German. But in this book, translated from German is all the way on the bottom of the page. If that was formatted correctly, translated from German should be in the panel where they first speak German. But it's not. I mean, it didn't confuse me or anything. I just thought it was a weird formatting thing that might throw off long-time comic readers. I mean, I can barely put together a sentence in this review, so who am I to judge? I'm just saying that that's on the first page, and it immediately took me out of it. But if you're not used to reading a bunch of comics, then it might not do that for you. Anyway, they're exploring this cave, and they're saying that Wolf is chicken. You know, pretty normal boys' adventure stuff. There are these bats that fly all around them, and the bats are drawn pretty well. They must use some pretty good references for those bats, because they look really good. They find some, alien writing, and these cave paintings of a monster destroying a city, but the monster is Nosferadon, which doesn't make sense, because he appears to be a benevolent kaiju. But this alien voice calls to Wolf, you know, and it leads him into this chamber where it tells him, hey, this big old kaiju is coming to your planet, and you know what can stop it? Our kaiju. And so Nosferadon hatches, and he's a bit more dinosaur-sized here. He hasn't grown to full kaiju size yet. But Wolf climbs upon his back, and they fly home, and then he lands, and he does the exact pose that the action figure is in. That's pretty cool. But the action figure is definitely not traced for the entirety of the book. because you see Nosferadon in many different poses, including a flying pose that the figure can't even get into. That being said, the reason I point out that not a lot of the kaiju in this are traced is maybe because of something in Soul War that I suspect, and that'll be a review coming soon. Please like and comment so I know to do Soul War sooner if you want it, but also subscribe so you don't miss it. But yeah, Wolf has to like hide him in their barn, or in someone's barn, because I feel like if it was his barn, which it appears to be because it's right outside his window, he's like, I have to hide you from my parents, but you're a giant monster and I just put you in our barn? Did they not use their barn? I don't know. But his mom fusses at him for being out late with two boys that she thinks are a bad influence. And that's it. It's a really basic story. Really just a pretty normal boy and his monster setup. But Soul War looks like a really cool pulp kaiju adventure. And I'm very excited to get into it with you here on the channel. Yes, indeedly. So that is Nosferadon #1 from Titanic Creations, LLC, illustrated by Brendan Purchase and written by Mac McClintock. If you want me to review Titanicus #0, I actually plan on doing that too. I just have to remember what I did with it because it's been years and it's not with my regular comics because it's mini-sized, but Nosferadon #1 will go with my regular comics. Indeed it will. So, that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And subscribe for more comic and graphic novel reviews, as well as action figure reviews. On the second channel, we have like movie reviews and whatnot, and a lot more. So that's it. Thank you all once again. See you all next time. Bye for now.